You play I guess, the girl of everyone's dreams, draped over a motorbike, drive hot rod cars, and no fuel injections. Have you had to gen up and do some research on hardware, or was that something you always knew about cars and boys?
Before I booked the first one, part of my audition process was Michael made me come to his studio and pretend to work on his Ferrari.
And it was called a screen test.
Yeah, but
the screen
test.
test.
But he had, he was videotaping me the whole time, and I'm under the hood of his Ferrari trying to figure it out. I still don't know anything about cars though.
Oh, okay. And have you seen that tape back? Have you seen that?
Where is that?
I went to the studio in Etherland. I have it in my house.
But working with those machines, how much of it is real and how much of it is green screen? You must have spent a long time, working on
Zero
contraptions. All is real.
Well, no, it's just there's no green screen.
Right. So what's the technical aspect behind it? Are you allowed to tell us the secret?
The secret would be, see that pole right there? That they look at that, and they look at that with like a light on it, and they follow around with their eye line and explain how you do it.
That I think there's more interaction this time, so it changed a little bit in terms of you rehearse timing like dialogue, movements like dialogue. There's just
An actor would read alongside
Right.
with the robots.
right, and then you just it's pantomime. I mean, we're not the first to do it. Mr. Ed did it also. A guy named Alan Young was he the first guy to do it? John?
I think so.
Okay.
But you have to do a lot of interaction with the robots.
Yes.
There's more in this one, I think, than in the
Absolutely. There's like a marathon man interrogation scene with this little robot on my chest, and we had to do this time, this 5 count with the animator. So on 1, this worm would pop out of this robot, go into my mind, steal this information. 2 and 3, it's taking all the information, going down to my
Your
ear.
lip, and I was told your lip at the surgery.
That's right. That's right. So all those things, and you just memorize the count and the movements and what's happening during those beats, and it's not Elephant Man. I mean, it's pantomime.
John, this seemed to be when I saw you in the first Transformers, this was one of the first times you worked with CGI and with
balls,
animators and with poles.
Tennis balls?
Yeah.
Yes. I was looking at Shire a lot in the first one because he seemed to be doing it so easily. And then I realized, I said, wow, probably wasn't that long ago where, he was playing with the toys. So I kind of followed him really in the beginning. But I was really impressed with him that he could, have this whole imaginary world. But then I just started thinking of it like I was playing with my kids. And actually, it gets easier as you do it. But at first, it's a little bizarre.
It is bizarre.
Yeah.
And as a director of doing it, you sort of pioneered special effects on
Here's
huge,
special effects.
working them into the blockbuster genre over the years. Have you found the technology seems to get better each film?
Well, we try to push the limits each film. I mean, I think we really pushed the limits from the first one to this one in terms of just the advances that people wouldn't notice, but it's all about lighting and reflection and just, complicated algorithms like that, making the pyramid come apart that was 100,000 rocks individually moved. It took one guy 6 months of writing code to do that. And it kind of stretches the limits of memory for shots like that. So we're the first ones to do the IMAX in the full 4K rendered characters, which has never been done. There are 3 scenes in this movie that are full IMAX, shot in IMAX. So that's pretty.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got questions from the floor now. The first one right in the front row. Maybe there's a glamorous assistant here.
Thank you. For Shire, a couple of questions. First of all, I think the injury was written into the script. Did it affect the stunts you could do this time round? And the second question, you were quoted quite a while back as saying that you thought it was more about luck than talent in terms of getting on in the business. Do you still feel that way now your career's taking off?
I mean, okay, yeah, when you break your hand, it's hard to button your pants, let alone do something like this. But you got to do it, so you just kind of buck up and get through it. And there's only so much you can fake. When you have 3 cameras going at once, and it takes a long time to rig some of these stunts. You got to do it. I also had a fantastic stunt man named Vladimir who took the brunt of the abuse.
But Shia's a great athlete. He does a lot of his own stunts, and we invented a special little Kevlar cast, and it looked like fingers. It was very thin, so he was able to perform stuff, and we digitally took some of his the little cast stuff off.
But there's that. Talent just seems like a crazy ass word. It just seems like I just think determination is a better word. You know, like you ever see boxers? Like boxers, these are ordinary men with extraordinary determination. Talent, just crazy words. Feels weird. That's all.
Thank you. Gentlemen, just in the fourth row.
I definitely up the woe factor this time round. Were there any points in either the filmmaking process or actually watching the film back that made you actually say, whoa?
Wait, I don't understand this question.
The wow, is that the wow factor?
The wow factor, the whoa factor.
The woe factor.
Which bits, especially which moments did you, when you looked back at the tapes, go yourself, wow?
In terms of making this movie?
Yeah.
And there are moments, you have all sorts of moments. I think I remember one crystal clear moment was looking at John Turturro when we were on top of Petra, and he had a tear in his eye. And then I said, "What's going on, John?" And he goes, "You just never get to do this. We're looking at this 4,000-year-old monument." He says, "You never get to do this." And he was just on the pyramids 2 days before. We were shot in the desert the day before where they shot Lawrence of Arabia. And we were setting up this 80-foot crane shot that it was an English crane. They've never put this. This is like where they're going to do their cover for their catalog because it's just never been done. So we're the first one in the world to shoot up there with an 80-foot crane. So that was quite a moment. I look back.
Anyone